Self-harm coping with tape. I haven't done this YouTube video yet, but this is self-harm coping with tape. My name is Eric. If you're new to my channel, it's all about mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, sobriety, just making sure that nobody goes through life alone. The more that we share our experiences and what we've been through, the more that it helps people along their journey of trial and error. And that's what I try to do. One of the things that I do share a lot about, especially on TikTok, is coping mechanisms when it comes to different things. One of the things that I have struggled with before in the past is self-harm. I used to hit myself and I used to burn myself, and I did it for two different reasons. One was to get rid of the numbness. The other one was because I felt like I needed to get punished. A lot of people will cut, a lot of people will burn, you'll pick, you'll scratch. There's a lot of different things that people will do when you are struggling when it comes to self-harm, because there is addictive factors almost to self-harm. One of the coping tools that I've shared is tape. And how you actually use tape as a coping mechanism, I either use electrical tape or I use duct tape. I don't use Scotch tape because Scotch tape doesn't do anything for me. And what I do is I take the tape and I tear off 10 pieces of the tape and take it to where you normally self-harm at. So one of the areas that's common for people to self-harm is right here on your forearm. And there's a whole reasoning behind why I did this, and no one taught me it. This was more of me learning it on my own because I struggled with it and I wanted to stop. And the thing that I found is it was the thoughts that I had to distract to begin with. So putting on 10 pieces of tape, what you're actually focused on instead of the urge to self-harm is how many pieces of tape do I have on me? So you're actually literally, instead of thinking what's triggering you or pushing you to self-harm, you're literally thinking, okay, I got 5 pieces of tape on me, I need 5 more. And it starts distracting those thoughts. Now, you do struggle with self-harm. One of the biggest things that you need to do is I suggest is get with a therapist, find the underlying reasons to why you self-harm. But this right here will help cope you because this won't leave any scars. This won't leave any burn marks. There's nothing to hide afterwards, and it is actually very helpful. So right now I got 8 pieces of tape on me. I have 2 more to go. You can also use medical tape. But if you do this in the areas that you self-harm is where typically your go-to area is, putting the tape there, it gives you more of that calming effect. I never actually self-harmed on my forearm. I'm using this as an example. I used to self-harm. I do have actually a self-harm scar here. I have self-harm burn scar. Actually, you can kind of see it right there. Right there's the burn, one of the scars. And I have self-harm scars that I hid with my tattoo. So now that you have the 10 pieces of tape, what I found is, okay, your thoughts have already focused on the tape. And now what I would do is I would peel off 1 piece at a time, and I would think of one thing that I wanted to do today, or a passion that I wanted to do, or something that made me happy today. And so it'd be like, you know what, I was able to, so let me figure today, okay, I did some TikToks that made me smile. I watched a TV show that I enjoyed. I got all A's. You know, and as you're doing this, you're breathing out. The breathing does have a calming effect to it. You know, I didn't get in any fights today. I wasn't bullied today. You know, I read my book today. I went to an AA meeting today. I loved myself today. I set my bed today. I took a shower today. And they can be whatever. And as you notice, I mean, I even did some taking a shower, bed, what the fuck? Well, it's celebrating the small goals and small accomplishments every single day is what it's about. And what I've learned is we don't know how to celebrate them or even acknowledge them. And so one of the ways that I did is tied it into the way that I coped with it. It's a great way to help with self-harm, not to have the scars. It's a great coping tool, great coping mechanism. I mean, there's no scars afterwards. There's no hurt. And it helps relieve that feeling of numbness, and it gets my brain refocused and not on what's bothering me and what's triggering it for me. So, I mean, it's trial and error to find out what works for you. I have another video up, I know, for glue. I'll do some more self-harm coping technique videos. I do a lot of anxiety coping technique videos. And again, it comes up with what works for you because we're all different and it's all trial and error to find out what works for you. I mean, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, hit the like and subscribe button. Comment down below. I'd love to know your experience or what you use to help, because the more that we share our coping tools, the more that we help somebody out there that's struggling. I mean, that's why I created all of this, is to bridge the gap between a crisis hotline and therapy, of sharing tools, experiences, resources, coping, to help people fight through every single day. I mean, down below in the links, I have links to stuff on Amazon like fidget cubes, fidget spinners, things that I use for my anxiety that help me out. I also have a link down below for BetterHelp. It's trial and error. I mean, if you've never been to a doctor, I mean, why not try it? Believe me, therapy does help. And especially when it comes to self-harm, it does make a huge difference to try and find out what the triggers are and why they're triggers, and then how to work through them. Getting with a therapist is everything on that. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor. I've just been through a lot of this shit, and I try to share as much as I can when it comes to that. Feel free to reach out if you need support, but remember this, you're a BAMP, you're a badass motherfucker. You've made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today. And we got this.